The Commander Rules Committee is going to be shut down or taken over by Wizards of the Coast. It's only a matter of time. Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. You may have noticed that there is a lot of conversation out there in the world going on around the Walking Dead secret lair. And honestly, the Walking Dead secret lair has illustrated to me that the Commander Committee, the Rules Committee for Commander, their days are numbered. This, in my opinion, is an inevitability. Now, this isn't something that I enjoy bringing to light, but from the comments that were left on yesterday's video, I really don't think that people understand the magnitude of what's going on here, because it does appear to me that people think that the Rules Committee has more power and influence over the game than they really do. So to understand why The Walking Dead is this pivotal moment that really is the first step down the road, and actually may not even be the first step. There may have been other groundwork that leads to this that I haven't thought of, but really, The Walking Dead is a linchpin style moment. This is really going to be where things start to shift because of what it represents fundamentally. Okay, on the surface, The Walking Dead secret lair is just that. It's just a secret lair themed around The Walking Dead. What's the big deal? The big deal is the functionally unique cards that were printed in these. These are cards that only exist with the abilities and everything like that on the cards in these secret lairs. There is no other way to attain them. They're only going to be on sale for a week. Now, we have seen functionally unique cards that you can only get in a very limited way already cause problems for Magic the Gathering. Essentially, The Walking Dead almost works like a Trojan horse. And if you don't get what I'm trying to say here, take a look at the Buy a Box promos. For the longest time in Magic's history, they did Buy a Box promos that were just alternate art promo versions of a card that existed in the set. And they've returned to doing that. But for a brief period of time, they made functionally unique cards that were legal in the standard format that you could only get by buying a box. Now, what did that lead to? That led to Nexus of Fate. Nexus of Fate was a huge problem for Magic the Gathering, but Nexus of Fate wasn't the first time they printed a functionally unique card for a Buy a Box promo. So basically, the first Buy a Box promo they did that was functionally unique was fairly weak. You looked at it and went, okay, you know, like maybe I'll use this in Brawl or something like that, Commander or whatever, but it wasn't an insanely overpowered card. So start the concept. It's basically like easing us into the water. That's what this is. So the Walking Dead secret lair is just to get you accustomed to the concept that they will make Commander legal cards that are only available for a week, right? And this is what people are upset about. I saw comments of people going, hey, wait, what does it matter? These cards don't seem that strong. It's like, this is just the gateway. When Wizards bring something new in, they present it to us in a particular way and then change it. Secret Lair, for example, was presented to us as just a way to have different art styles. And we see that's clearly not the case now. Mythic Rares were originally showed to us as something that were meant to be flashy Timmy cards that got people really excited, but weren't meant to be strong enough to impact standard. And that changed. There's no reason for them not to ramp up the power of these functionally unique Commander cards, right? There's no reason. The incentive is to ramp up the power level. Wizards very much wants to move in on the Commander market. They've signaled this in a ton of different ways. One is making announcements in like earning reports and stuff like that, that Magic is growing on the back of Commander. From their statistics, they're saying that the Commander audience has grown fourfold. I think really it's that they didn't understand how big the Commander audience was to start with, because Commander is a big audience. That's why you will see more and more products pitched towards Commander players. Brawl was an attempt to create a standard rotate version of Commander, where they could have cards being obsoleted and get you running in that hamster mill even further. Brawl, in a way, showed a fundamental lack of understanding of why people play Commander. How would you like to play Commander with way fewer options and your deck you won't get to keep it for the rest of your life kind of scenario? So Brawl works on Arena, but in Paper Magic, it failed. And they basically just tried to grab some money from it. So Commander right now is Wizards' main focus, right? They're working on standard sets and whatever else, but the underlying what they're doing is focusing purely on Commander, pretty much. That's why you see cards like Omnath in the standard sets. They've said they've even changed the way they design sets to try and reach into other formats. And yes, they want to reach into Modern. Yes, they want to reach into Vintage. But where they really, really want to get to is Commander. Commander is like the crown jewel, because that's what if you took all Magic players and broke them down into different categories, it's almost guaranteed that the Commander category would be bigger than all the other ones combined. Commander is a very cool and casual format. And up until now, all of the rules decisions for it have been made by the Commander Rules Committee. But their days are numbered. Either they're going to be disbanded, or they're going to be fully absorbed by Wizards, and essentially they may be like represented as a puppet. To me, that's almost what they already are. Now, let's make sure we're on the same page. I'm not knocking the Commander Rules Committee, okay? Those are people who love Magic the Gathering, and they have basically fostered this format out of their own desire to see it flourish and have people play games of Magic, which I love. I am fans of the rule. I'm a fan of, apparently multiples of me. I'm a fan of the Commander Rule Committee. I think the idea of them trying to keep Commander as fun as possible and have as light a touch possible is a fantastic and admirable goal. However, the problem isn't with the Rules Committee. The problem is with Wizards of the Coast and their absolute desire to make as much money as possible from Commander, as we've seen with this new secret lair, where they're trying to sell you Commander singles directly. No longer are we going to have them coming from packs and whatever and reprint them for secret lairs. We're going to do it direct. Now, a bunch of people have cried out to the Rules Committee for Commander saying, we need you to send a strong message to Wizards. We need you to ban all the cards in this secret lair so that Wizards of the Coast will get the message and not make any more of these secret lairs. Now, this puts the Rules Committee in a really rough spot because the players are asking them to represent them. But on the other hand, they have Wizards. And let's be real. Like, Wizards of the Coast lets the Commander Committee run Commander. Okay, that's it. The Rules Committee isn't some more powerful entity. This is part of the reason I'm doing the video. I saw multiple comments from people going, if Wizards tried to do whatever, we would just go with the Commander Committee. No, you wouldn't. That's not logical. If you really think about it, I mean, just do a quick Google search. Type in Commander Rules and tell me what shows up first. Is it Wizards of the Coast website, or is it the Commander Committee official website for Commander? What will you see first? I know the answer, and it should be pretty obvious from the way that I'm asking you, but I'll tell you outright. It's going to show Wizards website first. It does. And if you do a Google search, you'll also see questions that people have asked about something. Guess what it shows in the dropdown? Again, Wizards website. So if Wizards wanted to locate all of the Commander rules on their website, make their own decisions and do whatever, they could do it like that. They could turn to the Rules Committee and say, you're no longer in charge of Commander, we are, right? Like, they've taken steps over time that show the level of influence and power that they have. Why wouldn't the Rules Committee want to work with Wizards of the Coast? So obviously they're eager to work with Wizards of the Coast, and that's to Wizards of the Coast advantage. Why? Free labor. That's what it is. What you need to do is look at this from the perspective of a large corporation that doesn't care about you. Specifically, look at it from the position of upper management, because these are the people who are going to be making the decisions that influence the future of Magic, Commander, the Rules Committee, all of that. And what you need to understand about upper management at Magic the Gathering, at Wizards of the Coast, is they don't care about anything but results right now. The way that corporations function in America, the majority of them, is basically, I'm going to work at this company for X amount of months or X amount of years. During that time, I'm going to make sure that the quarterly results, bang, 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 bang. But the future doesn't matter because I'm only doing this now to plump up my resume and move on to another corporation where I get paid even more. So their view is only short term and it's all about the money. So from that perspective, up until this point, having the rules committee has been great. It's just another way to take advantage of Magic judges. The rules committee, yesterday I said I didn't know who was on the rules committee, so I went ahead and I took a look. They are all, at least previously, high-ranking Magic judges. I don't know if they've joined the new Judge Academy and kept their accreditation levels, but either way, these are high-level judges. And judges have always been taken advantage of by Magic the Gathering. Wizards of the Coast used judges as a free labor pool. Take it from somebody who judged for years for free out of love of the game. So the rules committee is going to do all the work of managing an entire format for you, and you don't have to pay them or do anything. Why would you not take advantage of that? The answer is when it starts to affect your bottom line and affect your money, right? And that's where this Walking Dead secret layer puts us. Because this is Wizards of the Coast saying, hey, we're making singles directly for Commander. They may not be saying that outright, but that's what's going on. We're making cards for old Vintage formats. You think people are going to be playing Negan in Vintage? No. They're making legendary characters. Come on, dude. This is clearly for Commander, meant to be sold to Commander players. Now, what happens from Wizards of the Coast perspective if all of a sudden this product that they've made, the very first, the spearhead of what's going to be an ongoing product line, what happens when the Commander Committee turns around and goes, actually, you know what? We're banning all those cards. Don't you dare make another secret layer. Now, do you think, another secret layer like that, do you think that upper management, the ones that don't care about anything other than getting as much money as possible from Magic players, do you think they're going to turn around and say, you know what, Commander Rules Committee, we respect and abide by your decision, and we won't make any more of these secret layers? Or do you think that upper management will go, wait, the rules, okay, hold on, sorry, run by me again who the rules committee is? What part of our company is this? Oh, they're not part of our company. Wait, hold on, so these decisions are being made by somebody who doesn't work for us and whatever? It's cancel them, whatever. Contact them, tell them to stop using our trademark, because they trademarked Commander, right? They trademarked that. It used to be the EDH Rule Committee. Now they're the Commander Rule Committee. Why? So that Wizards could go ahead and trademark the name, right? There's one instance of Wizards' financial decisions influencing the committee. You want a bigger one? When Unstable was released, Wizards of the Coast convinced the Rules Committee to go ahead and make Unstable legal for 1 month in Commander. So normally you couldn't use uncards. I mean, Commander has Rule 0 where everybody can just agree what they're going to do at their own home, which we'll get into more of that a little bit later. But either way, it's the Commander Committee came out and said, hey, guess what? This product's legal for the next month. Oh, it just happens to be the product that Wizards is selling. I'm pretty sure they even had in the inserts in the card packs, legal and Commander. Wizards doesn't care if this ruins people's fun. Wizards doesn't care if it calls into a question the ethics of the committee. You know what I mean? Because you're sitting there making a decision that affects all players, right? And just going, well, no, Rule 0 will catch it. So what's to stop them from just going, well, all right, we're going to agree to whatever Wizards says. If Wizards make something, yeah, they're legal. Because if they're not, why is Wizards not just going to turn around and go, you're done, you're not in charge anymore? And for those of you who think if that happened, I'd go with the Rules Committee. Yeah, for a while, maybe, for a little bit. But Wizards of the Coast would firmly take control of the format. All information about it would be available on Wizards' website. They have more reach, more resources. They own the property. There's no logical reason to think for a second, that everybody would go with this independent group that most people probably don't even know. They would hear, Wizards is in charge of the banned list now? Okay, whatever. We still got Rule 0, so we'll do whatever we want here. The existence of Rule 0 can override anything. What do you even need the Rules Committee for? They exist right now because it's cheaper and easier for Wizards to let them exist. But the Walking Dead secret layer is basically the crucial turning point where one of two things is happening. We're now walking down the road where either the rules committee is going to be disbanded and Wizards will take over fully, or the rules committee is going to fully become pawns of Wizards of the Coast and rubber stamp everything that they make. And what's the difference? It's just for show. Then it's like, hey, we're the power behind the throne kind of thing. At this point, I really don't see any other route, and I genuinely believe it's not logical to think for a second, we as people would go and do whatever. Understand, what you need to understand as well, and I don't think a lot of people get this, is we as a group, and by us as a group, I mean Magic players that engage online with social media in terms of being really active, making YouTube videos, watching YouTube videos, talking on Twitter, talking on Reddit. We all represent a very small portion of the Magic playing public. Most people who are using the internet to interact with Magic are probably doing two things with it: looking at new cards and checking rules. So this whole like loyalty to the Commander Rule Committee, it's not a thing. It's not real. You're not living in reality. Reality is that Wizards of the Coast has like turned from Commander something we just ignore and whatever, if stuff sells for it, great, into Commander is one of our primary focuses. We intend to extract as much money as humanly possible from these people because Commander players aren't spending enough money, so let's get more of it. And that ultimately will lead to the ruin of the Rules Council. Either they'll be puppets or destroyed. There is no other possible future, all right? I'm not particularly happy about this because I liked Commander being its own little sort of like fun club or whatever. And now like Wizards meddling with it too much. It's like, dude, this was all built without your influence and something beautiful was built. And slowly but surely, things like, let's make Unstable legal for a month. Wouldn't that be fun? It'd be fun for our bottom line. So that's it. At the end of the day, we're dealing with a corporation, upper management. Again, remember this. Upper management is the one making the decisions. They only care about the money. So if you want to understand the situation, you have to look at it from a monetary perspective. And there's no way to look at the situation from a monetary perspective and come to a conclusion other than that the Rules Committee's days are indeed numbered. All right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, my friends. I'm interested to hear. Obviously, I got a lot of feedback yesterday that helped to lead to the formation of this video, and I do appreciate that even when it is disagreeing with me. That's totally fine. Whatever. You didn't know what you're talking about. You know, whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. I'll meet you guys down in the comments where I'm sure there'll be some people going, how do you make videos? It's like, dude, I want the game to be good, okay? If I hated Magic, I would walk. I love Magic. I'm just tired of the corporate greed and all the nonsense, man. And to watch it happen to something beautiful like Commander, it's genuinely disheartening. All right, so whatever. I've said my piece. If you like what I'm doing, like, comment, subscribe. It's all great for the algorithm. If you love what I'm doing, jump on my Patreon so I can buy some jelly beans or, I don't know, some pasties or something, whatever. I'll figure it out. Thanks for coming by, everybody. I will see you guys